Hello, I'm Pastor Jeremy Combs, and we're going to pause for a proverb. Let's go. Proverbs chapter 7, verses 8 and 9. Passing from the street near her corner, and he went the way to her house in the twilight and in the black and dark of night. This tragic tale begins with apparent innocence. Our young man goes out for just an evening stroll. But it is the where, when, and why of this event that changes it from innocence to intentional. Where was he walking? Well, it was near her corner, but the first phrase is very revealing. It's an interesting way to describe his route, but it is intentional. The phrase passing through means to cross over. He intentionally goes the way of her house on her street, even crossing over to her side. When was he walking is also telling, in the dark of night. More than likely, this would mean after midnight, a time when few are awake, and a time when this young man should have been at home in bed getting ready for the next day's work. Why the peculiar path at this precise time? He hopes to catch her eye, but she's already watching and waiting. He is joyfully walking into her trap. Verse number 10 says, "And behold, there met him a woman with the attire of a harlot and subtle of heart." The young man who was in the wrong place at the wrong point in time now meets the wrong person. She's not ignorantly wrong, but intentionally wrong. She has prepared herself to seek out and fulfill her fleshly desires with any means necessary. The first description we get of this woman is she is wearing the attire of a harlot. She's dressed for the sole purpose of drawing attention to her body. In a society in her day where most of the body would have been covered, her intentions would have stood out immediately. Today it's the opposite. Women often will dress to draw attention to their body. So, ladies, you got to be careful how you dress. Why are you dressing the way you're dressing? Is it to draw people to God, or is it to draw people towards yourself? The next description is of her attitude. Her heart, which would be the control center of her life, is described as subtle. Subtle means to cover. She hides her heart, but not her body. She cares all about the outside, but not the inside. She is deceptively desperate. There's only two other people in the Bible that are called subtle: Satan in the book of Genesis, and Jonadab, which was a very wicked friend in the book of 2 Samuel. So watch out for this strange woman. One more verse, verse number 11. She is loud and she is stubborn. Her feet abide not in her house. When you were growing up, there were two driving motivations in your life. One was to be like somebody that you admired. And maybe it was your wise father, a gentle mother, maybe a revered teacher. Hopefully there were many of these, but there may have been a few who inspired you, but with the opposite effect. They were the people you determined to never be like. Proverbs spends an unusual amount of time describing the strange woman, with the goal being to avoid being with or being like her. We continue in verse 7 with her attitude. She is described as loud. This is the polar opposite of 1 Peter 3:4, the woman with a meek and a quiet spirit. She's also described as stubborn, rebellious. She draws us to herself again and much away from God. Then we see her absent. She's not at home. She is neglecting her God-given role and duty, and her attitude has led her to abandoning her purpose. And now she pursues evil just like it's another day at the office. She makes herself up. She gets up into the window. She calls out, and she spends the night waiting for that immoral relationship. Oh, my friends, be very, very careful. Don't be a strange woman, and don't be around a strange woman.